What's up, y'all? This is Osirez, the PC Pimp, and long time no see. Well, we're going to take a look at Observer as played on Linux. And the game was made by Bloober Team and published by Aspire Media, who provided me the key for this game so that we could take a look at it. The game puts you in the year 2084. That's a 1984 reference for those who missed it. As protagonist Daniel Lazarski, who's an elite detective. Observer gives you some pretty unique abilities, such as being able to jack into people's minds and read their thoughts. The story is great murder mystery, with you hunting down the whereabouts or possible murder of your son, but quickly takes unexpected twists and turns. What sets this game apart from other murder mysteries is the cyberpunkish settings with a weird, almost surreal horror aspect liberally peppered in. The environment is well done from the viewpoint of what the future looks like from the 80s point of view, so basically a cyberpunk type feel. From a game standpoint, it's a pretty basic game. There's no combat, inventory, or real puzzles to be found here, but don't let that detract you, because at no point did I feel like I was missing anything from this title. Observer satisfied the story-based itch the same way that Firewatch, Stanley Parable, and Life is Strange does. On to the sound. The sound has a great nuance about it and perfectly puts you in the settings and environments, usually. Not sure what was going on, but a few occasions the directional audio would seem very weird. Like, turn 1 degree left, you'll hear a really loud sound, turn 1 degree right, and it would completely disappear. To put the proverbial icing on the sound cake, Rutger Hauer from Blade Runner voices the main character.
Gosh, really got some nice toys here.
Let's go on to the controls. Super simple keyboard mouse controls, not much to say about a walking simulator. Controls worked great out of the box on Ubuntu 17. Including the Xbox One controller. It is worth noting that the game kept acting as if it lost window focus though. Like, the mouse just would not lock into the window and just did these weird things, which kind of forced me to use the controller. I did stream the entire thing to Twitch, my entire playthrough to Twitch, and I'm not sure if my personal setup had an issue with this game or if it was the game itself. It's worth noting now. Let's go to the performance. On my computer, I'm using an i7 5820K, that's 6 cores, 12 threads, and an NVIDIA 1070. As you can see on screen, the requirements are rather mundane. Basically, any gaming rig will run this. There were some severe frame drops during certain points. Not random though, but more like a visual effect would trigger these frame dips. Playing on the controller, it's a whole lot less noticeable. The mouse, on the other hand, during the frame dips gets frustrating real quick. I didn't play it at all on Windows, so I can't compare it to the Windows version of the game. Now onto the graphics. Not many options to tweak around, but I never once in my entire playthrough wanted for any settings in the graphics either. The game looks good right out the box. This may have an effect on people with lower end hardware though, because as I mentioned earlier, there were some severe frame dips, and I don't know how that is affected by lower end hardware. If the dips are the same, or are they more severely impacted by the lack of graphical controls. The game itself in the graphics department looks really good. Definitely almost an artistic look at a game instead of a realistic. At the end of the day, found the graphics really satisfying. Quick thoughts. My playthrough took about 6 hours, but I could see how someone could get more hours by fully investigating not only the game's rich environments, but also the easy to follow laid out tips in the quest log. There's plenty of stuff to go through in this game if you really want to just dig into everything and talk to all the tenants in the building and just kind of fully flesh out and explore this world. At times the game drags on for a bit too long though, seemingly adding visual effects into the storytelling just for the sake of being there. It's kind of weird. Although I thoroughly enjoyed both, there were many times where I wondered what did this visual effect have to do with the story. Another tiny gripe was the super random task thrown in, like the stealth portions. Observer has zero stealth aspect to it, and the controls do not facilitate stealth. But then it decides to drop in these stealth moments in the game, which made zero sense and became frustrating, really frustrating. At the end of the day, flaws or no flaws, I thoroughly enjoyed the mental roller coaster that is Observer. I put this game in the same league as Firewatch and Life is Strange, but for the very grown up. At the current price of $30 in US dollars on Steam, I take a little bit of a pause at that price. But on sale, I can't recommend this game enough. This game is super uniquely satisfying. And if you play just on Linux and you need something to like kind of get that storytelling itch out of the way, this game is excellent. This has been a look at Observer. This is Osirez, PC Pimp, and I'm out.